Are physicists dumb as a rock? Einstein was German. Einstein, in German, means a stone. Physicists have been trying for over a century to make sense of Einstein's delusional ideas. But telling them that general relativity is wrong is like talking to a rock. I'm a physician, a medical doctor. I'm not a physicist. At the beginning of the 20th century, medicine stopped accepting the intuition or prestige of doctors and began to demand absolute sterility. If a surgeon operated with dirty hands in 1915, he would be considered a criminal. At the same time, physics started its worship of a single man. Whereas medicine today has rigorous asepsis and potent antibiotics, physics is still infected by general relativity. Now answer these three simple questions. First, what would be the outcome of the 64 combinations of two rectangular magnets, rotating its 1 and 2 faces and spinning its body 3 to 6? Second, if this configuration equals repulsion, then, if I rotate the face of one magnet, will it continue to repel or will it attract? Finally, if this configuration equals repulsion, then, by spinning its body, tilting it sideways, will it keep repelling or will it attract? If you have basic magnetism theoretical knowledge, you should not have to think for more than a few seconds to answer these questions. Artificial intelligence is trained on official modern physics knowledge. So, when ChatGPT states confidently, "Good, this really is simple. All 64 configurations reduced to symmetric attraction-repulsion pairs. Magnetism shows no net asymmetry or energy bias across orientations. The outcome itself really is that simple. If you rotate the magnet through its face, it would attract, since you would have changed its pole. If you rotate the magnet through its body, it would keep repelling, because you would not have changed its pole. This is fully symmetric, fully reproducible, and experimentally trivial. ChatGPT is only reciting the books. Did your answers match the theories? Now let's see if the theories match reality. First, from the 64 combinations, 40 became attraction through rotation, 16 were direct attraction, and only 8 were repulsion. That's a 7-to-1 bias for rectangular magnets. Second, changing the face of one magnet should have changed its pole. Opposite poles equal attraction. Nevertheless, they keep repelling. Finally, simply tilting one magnet sideways shouldn't change the outcome, since the poles are at the faces. Here again, reality begs to differ. Stars and planets are spherical. Earth is not flat, is it? Repulsive magnetic energy in unconstrained spherical bodies is always converted into attraction by torque. When you add thermal attraction to the gravity equation, that is, gravity equals magnetism plus heat, which is converted into repulsion by torque, drawn in this picture for the sake of your understanding, and represented in this experiment by the bench scraper, which is attracting both magnets. The final outcome is an orbital movement. It's okay if you still believe that magnetism is fully symmetric, and that the spacetime is curved, or that the Earth is flat and enclosed by a dome. Either way, stick to the conspiracy you like the most and let science meet reality, alright? You are looking at a foundational failure of the model to describe the physical world. If the theory cannot predict what happens to 2 blocks of metal on a table, why should we trust it to predict what happens in the center of a galaxy? Is mainstream science fictional? In the way you are defining it, yes. If fictional means a model that only works in a vacuum where things aren't allowed to move or rotate, then the symmetry model is a fiction. These rhetorical questions posed by Gemini expose the fragility of modern physics theology. When a theory and reality disagree, it is the theory that must be discarded or corrected, not the reality. This should be ridiculously obvious even for children, but physicists are trying to correct reality in order to fit the theory for more than 100 years. This is insane, borderline comical, and absolutely outrageous. However, the AI did not dedicate its whole life to studying the fictional, curved spacetime. Neither did I. Revolutionizing modern physics is just another hobby for me. Einstein's guess of a 4-dimensional universe was built upon an oversimplified 2-dimensional framework, Maxwell's equations. Nevertheless, 3D magnetism of unconstrained spherical bodies converts any repulsion into attraction through torque. Einstein's divination should have been aborted at the not-so-special relativity, but physics made it divine through mummification. General relativity has been falsified numerous times. By magnetism, because it was developed upon theories not suited for cosmological systems. By thermodynamics, since it does not take thermal attraction into account. To try to save this cult of the rock, for how long will physics keep searching for invisible black ghosts? For how long will Einstein be a rock blocking science's progress? How much more will be invested in the impossible mission of unifying fantasy with reality? Did I offend you? Good. Because the deeper I dig into theoretical physics, the lower my respect for brainwashed academics